Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Soulful Abundance with Chris Williams. I am Chris Williams, a soulful business and leadership coach for holistic coaches and entrepreneurs. And I have my friend Berkley here today. I'm so excited to have her here. I got to meet her last year at a women's champagne group, and I'm like, oh, I have got to bring her on the podcast because she is amazing with all things legal. So, we're going to talk about business legalities. What are some of the things that you really got to have dialed in for your business? We're also going to talk about trademarks because I've gotten a lot of questions from my clients, and I know I've had questions before about like, what should we even trademark? Like, what are the things that we need to have a trademark on because it's our proprietary system or our, intellectual property and things like that. So, Berkeley, I'm so glad you're here. Thank
I'm
you for coming
so
on
glad to be
today.
here. Thank you for having me.
Yay. So, will you share just a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you love to do?
Sure. I am an online business and trademark attorney. I work with female entrepreneurs in the online space, so coaches, creatives, consultants, and I just try to prevent expensive legal problems before they happen. So,
Hmm.
focusing on the proactive areas of how we can protect our businesses with contracts, trademarks, business entities, terms of purchase, disclaimers, all of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Agreement. So, all of that stuff. Oh my gosh. So good. And we all need that because if we're just trying to wing it without those things, you're right. Like there are some expensive mistakes. I know one of my coaches at one point was using a name that Entrepreneur Magazine was like, yeah, you can't use that. And they ended up in like millions of dollars
Oh
in
gosh.
legal battles. So I'm so glad to bring you on as a specialist, as an attorney, to give like the real thing, not like, what you're asking ChatGPT about.
Yeah. We
Like,
love ChatGPT around here, just not for legal.
I know, not for legal. It is not your attorney. It's not your business coach and it's not your attorney. Great for ideas, but like you really need some help on these pieces. So let's start with, I want to start with trademarks, and then we'll go into like business basic things.
Perfect.
So, what are some things that you find are the most important things that you need to trademark?
So a trademark basically identifies like the source of your goods or services. So any word, phrase, or design that when you look at it, you think of this brand. So business name is number one. But there's
Mm-hmm.
also, program names, course names, podcast names, your logo, your
Mm-hmm.
slogan or tagline, um, you know, names of like proprietary methods that you have. So they could go on and on. We have clients
Yeah.
one trademark, we have clients with 20 trademarks. So it just really depends on what elements of your brand you want the exclusive right to use in your industry.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I've got several, like the Soulful Abundance System, the book was based on the Soulful Abundance System that was trademarked as a proprietary system that I actually teach and have been teaching since 2018. So that felt pretty important to me to like,
Yeah.
because it was linked to not only my programs, but also to my content and to my the proprietary, the intellectual property that I was teaching. So I thought that was really important.
Yeah, and I my, like, informal test is, like, if you would be upset if you would have to change the name, it's worth
Mm,
trademarking,
yeah.
because without a federal trademark, you run the risk of someone else registering that name first and then
Hmm.
having to rebrand.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, and this is crazy because I've been in business for long. I should know better, but I never got my actually company name trademarked, which is Shine Wellness. And I've been using that since 2012. And I got like some notice saying, hey, somebody else is going to want this. And I'm like, uh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's mine. So,
Yeah.
the my previous attorney who helped me with, the other things is like, yeah, we need to get that trademark. But I'm like,
Yeah,
whoops.
and it's also important to think of, like, how people know you and the
Hmm.
cost of, like, losing that customer recognition.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. What about your name? I have some questions.
Yeah.
I'm like, should I trademark my name?
Yeah, so like your full name, which a lot of times people are using this as their brand name, is
Hmm.
important to trademark because, like, if you think of Kylie Jenner and Kylie Minogue, like fighting over
Yeah.
Kylie, Like
Ah.
it's the same thing as just like your brand name and trademarking
Mhm.
it. So like my name, I recently rebranded my template shop from my name to the business studio, but before
Mhm.
that it was Berkley Sweetapple. So I
Mhm.
trademarked my name, even though like I'm not super worried about someone having the exact name as me, but like, I don't want to take chances with that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And especially
Yeah.
if you do have like a more common name, really important to trademark because if somebody else does have the trademark for that name or a similar name in your industry, you could like be forced to not use your name to sell your goods or services.
Yeah, we don't want that. And I want to be clear because just having a domain, for those of you that are like, oh, but I have a domain name, that is not the same as a trademark. Like you can have a website that's got a domain name that you've purchased, but that doesn't mean that you've bought the trademark for that name. So can you clear that
Correct.
up?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are really common misconceptions. So a lot of people think, well, I have the Instagram handle, I have the domain, I've formed an LLC with that name, so I
Mm-hmm.
own it, and I'm the only one who can use it. And people think
Yeah.
this because when you form the LLC, they don't let you form the LLC with the same name as someone else. So that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like contributing to the misconception. But a federal trademark is the only way to have the exclusive right to use your business name in your
Mm-hmm.
industry in all 50 states. It's like the only thing, and you could have to give up your handle, give up the domain
Mm-hmm.
if your content
Mm-hmm.
is like infringing on someone else's trademark. So
Wow.
we've had
Yeah.
Instagram accounts with thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers shut down in an instant because somebody reports them for infringement and then
Mm.
lost your entire, following.
Yeah. So I'm curious when we are talking about trademarks and we're talking about names and we're talking about systems, because I'm just thinking about, I've also got trademark my Activate Abundance Academy because that is my flagship program. And so we've trademarked Activate Abundance. So when you are trademarking something like that, like how far does that go? Like are you trademarketing or just those two words? Can somebody else use pieces of it? Like I know
Yeah,
it's
so
probably there's more nuances in that, but I'm just curious.
so the words like academy or system or
Mhm.
company, those will have to be disclaimed because they're
Mm.
descriptive. So you
Yeah,
can't claim the exclusive right to use the word academy.
right.
But say somebody started with like Activate Abundance School or like
Mm.
Activate Abundance Company, that would be
Mhm.
infringing on Activate Abundance Academy because the
Right.
main words, which are like not descriptive, are the
Yep.
same.
Got it. Got it. Yep. Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And
it's like,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, so if somebody wants to trademark their name or a business or a method or whatever, what is typically the process? And I know that your company and your team does this, but I would just love people to understand, like, well what's the process? First, yeah, we're going to reach out to Berkeley for sure. Um, I need to trademark my name now, so I'm
Yeah.
going to come to you. I
I can
can't
help you
even
with
get it
that.
on my domain name though. I'm like, man, someone's got my name for a domain, and I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
so that's the
well.
sign. Definitely
Yeah.
get it first.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Um, so we always start with a clearance search. So we want to make sure that
Mhm.
your name is available before we actually spend the year-long process of
Mhm.
trademarking it. We want to make sure that no one else has trademarked it first. And
Mhm.
it's beyond just doing like a Google search or like searching on the US Patent and Trademark Office website.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
use a software to make sure that there's nothing else out there that's like similar sounding, looking, meaning, foreign
Mhm.
translations, because it's not just exact matches that could
Mm.
block your trademark. Like I was saying, like the Activate Abundance
Yeah.
Academy versus like, you know, something a little bit off
Mhm.
that could still block your application. So we want to know the
Mhm.
risk level before we apply.
Mhm.
Then we help clients decide what classes to file in. So, like, say
Mhm.
you're a business coach, you might be in the class for like education and entertainment courses, podcasts, blogs,
Mhm.
all of that. But you
Mhm.
might also have like apparel or like merch.
Mm.
You might fall into different classes. So we want to make sure that you're protected in every class of goods and services that you're actually like doing business in.
Mm.
And then from there, we prepare the application, we give the client a chance to review it, and then we file it. And from there, it's about a 6 to 8 month period where we don't hear anything.
Mm,
Then the PTO reviews the application at around the 8-month mark, and it'll either move forward or most of the time they'll issue what's called an office action, which means
mhm,
they've refused it on some grounds. Either they're saying it's too similar to another mark, it's too descriptive,
mm,
your specimen needs updating, like what you've shown them is not
mhm,
matching the services that you've applied for. So there's a ton of options for like
mhm,
why a
mhm,
trademark gets refused. So we have to kind of make it through that stage, present arguments if we have to
mhm,
argue that like it's not too similar to another mark. Once you get through the office action stage, it's published for opposition. So there's like a 30-day window where anyone can oppose the application
mm,
and say that your mark is too similar. So like let's just say Kylie Jenner
mm.
applied for the mark Kylie, and Kylie Minogue had Kylie Minogue, she might oppose it and say, absolutely not, you're too similar. And then it
Yeah.
would go kind of to like litigation. But if you
Mhm,
get through the opposition period, which most people do, then your mark registers. And that takes like 12 to 14 months on average. And that's when you can use like the registered trademark symbol, which is the R with the circle around it, not the
mhm,
TM.
mhm.
And that's when you like have ownership rights to the name.
Yeah. Let's talk about the difference there because I think that's important too.
Yeah.
You can't just like stick a TM on it and claim it as a trademark.
So
Right?
a TM basically means that you consider your mark as a trademark. It means nothing legally and you can use
Mhm,
it at any time. The problem
mhm,
with using it is that if you know the difference and you know that it means nothing, you might be
mhm,
like, "Oh, it's actually available to trademark,"
mhm,
you know?
mhm,
The
mhm.
R with the circle around, you're not legally allowed to use unless you have a registered trademark.
Got it. Got it. Makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So you
typically I
guys don't
tell
just stick a
people
TM on it,
yeah, typically I tell people to wait till they filed to use
Yeah.
it.
Got it. Yeah, because that means that you are using it consistently and regularly in the public domain. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I could be wrong. So that's why I'm like, I'm right. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
want
I mean,
to.
you can use the TM whenever, like,
Hmm.
whenever you consider it as a trademark and you're
Got
using
it.
it in the public domain.
Yeah, but that's not going to keep somebody else from using it. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let's get into like the business legalities of what you need to do to set yourself up for success as a business so that you don't fall into these expensive mistakes. What are some commonalities that you see people either forgetting to do or they weren't aware that they need to have it? Like fill
Yeah,
us
so, I
in
mean,
on that.
most people, I would say, know that they need to have a business entity because that separates your personal assets from any business liabilities. So that's, like,
Mhm.
step 1. The next important thing is, like, having a really solid client agreement. So
Mhm.
making sure like your primary source of income is really protected and you have a contract that takes into consideration the way you do business. So
Mhm.
like what deliverables you're providing, what your refund and termination policies are, your intellectual property like
Mhm.
policies, um, all of that. So making sure like your main source of income is protected. And usually that's like with a client agreement.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I see a lot of people not have website policies, so like a
Mm.
website terms of use and privacy policy, not having a cookies pop up. These are like really technical things that are still
Mm.
really important to have
Mm.
because if you run ads or you're collecting any kind of like personal data from people, even with like a freebie opt-in, you're legally required to have a privacy policy.
Mhm. And is that the little checkbox that is on that's saying that when you click, you're like, or is that like, tell me
The
more.
ch
Let's.
the checkbox, you're probably talking about like the cookies pop up, like I consent to the cookies.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
know,
it's
when you
like,
first go to a website?
I think I'm thinking of like on a landing page. So like when we do like our freebies and stuff, there's a little checkbox at the bottom that either says they're consenting to receive information or they
N
don't.
no,
Mm-mm.
so that would just be like their consent to go on your email list.
Got
But
it.
they also probably agree to your privacy policy, which is going to be like a link on the footer of your website.
Yep, yep, we have that for sure.
Yeah.
Do they have to be linked to that? Do your freebies need to, like, have a link that's saying you're agreeing to this
No,
privacy
I mean,
policy?
as long as, like, it's on the footer of your website, that's
Okay,
sufficient.
amazing.
Yeah,
See, I
and then
know, right? Like,
and
I
then
don't know. This is what we got. Is this good? I don't know. Is this good?
Yeah, and then just having like relevant disclaimers. So if you're providing like health advice or like business advice, you need specific disclaimers, like an earnings disclaimer saying like I'm not promising that you're going to make $1 million this year
Yeah,
if you buy my coaching. Or like a
yeah.
health disclaimer saying like even though I'm providing recipes and all of this, I'm not a doctor and you should consult your
Mm.
doctor first.
And where does that need to go? Is it just a little link that gets highlighted, or is it like an actual blurb that has to be somewhere on your website? Does it have to be on your homepage? Does it have to be on the checkout page? Like, where does all of this stuff go?
So I would put it in multiple places. Typically, like, let's just take a health coach who has a blog as an
Hmm.
example, and who also has like one-on-one clients and a
Hmm.
mastermind, let's just say,
Yeah.
or digital products. You would probably find that disclaimer in her email signature, like below the email signature,
Hmm.
as a standalone disclaimer on her website in the terms of use, like
Hmm.
as part of that contract. Um, in her terms of purchase, if she has people like check a box that they're agreeing to her terms of purchase when they check out with any like digital products or
Hmm.
mastermind subscriptions, anything like that. And then in her one-on-one client agreement, it would be in there too. So
Got it. Got it.
disclaimers everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. We're like, yeah. So what is the difference between having a agreement where it would be sent to a client to digitally sign versus a checkbox on a checkout page when they're actually paying and then they're checking the box agreeing to the terms?
So they're both binding contracts.
Okay.
It's really a matter of like preference and how you want people to sign up and pay. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of our clients want just a terms of purchase because it makes it easy on like checkout
Mm-hmm.
pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll have a lot of the same legal language in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just like, are you sending it through Dubsado where it's like formatted as a
Mm-hmm.
client agreement where both people
Mm-hmm.
sign? Or is it a checkout page that people are agreeing to,
Yeah, I
they
actually
check
have
out?
both.
Yeah.
I've got Dubsado and I've got the check, and I'm like, all right, look, you checked here and we got the contract here. That way you can have a copy of it and you can see it because I know it
Yeah.
actually disappears after they check the box and all that.
Just make sure they have the same language so they're
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
contradicting each other. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Thank you. Yeah, which is a lot, right? I mean, copy and
Yeah.
pasting all of that is like, okay, do we have it all the same? Yeah, cool. So what else do our business owners need to know?
So, in terms of intellectual property, we covered trademarks, but there's
Mhm.
also copyright. So, if you have
Mm,
like a course or an ebook, registering that with the US Copyright Office is what's going to allow you to sue someone in federal court and get damages up to like 30,000 per violation if someone were to copy you.
wow. Okay. So if they are copying, and so that has to be registered with the Copyright
US
Office.
Copyright Office, yeah.
Okay. So tell me more about that because this is the first time I've even heard of that. Like, is it that you're
Yes.
sending your course to the Copyright
Yeah,
Office?
like we
Copy of it?
upload the videos or like the content so they have
Oh,
a
got
record
it.
of like what we're protecting.
Mm-hmm.
But that is just so when you create something, you automatically own the copyright.
Okay.
But you want to register it because that allows you to actually do something and have a remedy if someone were to copy you.
Got it. Got it. So if somebody downloads your stuff and,
Start
repurposes it.
selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, we need a conversation.
This is what everyone says.
I'm like, oh, yeah, because we do. Like, one of the things that, I sell is a done for you 6 to 12 week program, right? So
Mhm.
it's while we allow people to edit the materials that are in there, they can use it as is or edit it. Like, they can't sell it to other people. Like, they can use it for their own piece, but they can't
Yeah.
like sell it to make money off of like just, oh, I'm just going to sell Chris's program now.
Right. So you would want like a terms of purchase that has licensing terms and
Mhm.
also like clauses that are like, this is my intellectual property, or just it's like a personal license to use, but you can't
Yep, yep.
resell it. So your terms of purchase comes into play with protecting you, but also registering all of the videos and like proprietary information with the US
Yeah.
Copyright Office so that if that did happen, which we're seeing
Mhm.
like such an uptick in piracy websites, like
Mhm.
reselling courses for $3.
Wow.
Um,
How do
that
they even get access to that when typically courses are behind a locked?
they buy it and then they resell it.
Oh, interesting.
That's it's crazy. This happens to so many of our clients, but you can like leverage settlements and actually sue when
Mhm.
it's registered. So that's why copyright is important.
Great. So yeah, so health coaches for your programs or even wellness coaches or life coaches or spiritual coaches, especially if you are certifying somebody in something, I would think that that would be pretty important if you're giving somebody a certification, let's just say in intuitive
Absolutely.
life coaching, like you want that content protected.
Totally. And you're going to want like a licensing agreement or like have that be part of the certification agreement.
Mhm. Oh, this is so good. What else? Anything else?
I feel
You're
like
like, yeah.
those are my like big 5. Like form a business entity, make sure your client agreements and terms of purchase are solid, make
Mhm,
sure you have relevant disclaimers, make sure
mhm.
you have website policies, and then trademark, copyright, patents cover like inventions. I don't do patents. I'm not even going to pretend to like speak intelligently on them because they're sciency. But if you have an invention, you'll want to talk to a patent attorney.
I have actually one of my great grandfather has an invention somewhere out there. I've got like the plans and
Oh
everything that
my
he
gosh.
trademarked and everything. And it's so funny because it's so old timey. It was called the Heath lock. And it was where it was like a special thing that went like from the door into the lock so that nobody could like break in. I'm
Oh,
like, oh,
wow, that's
but
amazing.
we don't have key locks anymore. So,
Right.
like the old timey keys that had,
Yeah.
okay, that's so fascinating. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, no patents. We don't need patents
No
here.
bad.
No patents.
Ask me anything else.
Oh my God, this is so good. I love this so much. So I do want to ask you, what is the difference? Because I do have people saying, should I create an LLC or a sole proprietorship? And I know that that's probably more in the accounting realm, but can you share
Yeah.
it?
So an LLC or a corporation is what is going to have that like wall between your business activities and your personal assets. So a sole proprietorship doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would say LLC or corporation. Most people do LLCs, but yeah, that's ask your accountant what makes sense
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So because there are LLCs, there's C corps, there's like a whole bunch of things, but definitely, that falls into the tax realm. Um, but yeah, thank you for mentioning that because we do want to have, protection, a limited liability, which is what LLC is. Can you share why, again, specifically, like they can't come take your house?
Exactly. So if your business were to ever get a judgment against it, heaven forbid, they can't go after your personal assets like your
Mhm.
house, your car, your savings account.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Good, good, good. Amazing. So, how can we reach you? Like, oh, and we'll definitely, for those of you that are interested and are like, oh my gosh, I don't have a client agreement, I don't have contracts, I need to, like, I want you to go talk to Berkeley. She's amazing, as you can see. So, we're definitely going to post in the show notes, contact information. I know you're on Instagram, but how else can people
Yeah.
reach you?
I'm on Instagram at Berkley Sweetapple. I'll give you a link to my like free call link so people can just
Perfect.
book a call. That's typically the easiest thing, and then I can guide them to where they need to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got something really exciting coming up. I am
Yeah.
so excited to be able to share this with my community. Will you give us like a little
Yes.
sneak peek before it's even available?
So next week we're launching a legal membership and it includes Telegram access with me. So like you can voice note me, ask me questions
Oh my
directly.
God.
I know legal workshops on a variety of topics. So every month we're going to talk about a different topic because legal is one of those things where like you want to learn how to think like a CEO, not just like
Mm,
have someone do it for you. There
yeah.
are things that you want a lawyer to do for you. Like
Mm-hmm.
no question, like trademarks, all of the things, but
Hmm.
also just like becoming an educated CEO so you can spot issues so you don't sign
Hmm.
anything you don't want to sign. So anyway, legal workshops and then I'm going to have guest experts come in too on a variety of like business topics. It also includes
Amazing.
unlimited access to my template shop, so you can download these contracts and website policies and everything that you need.
Oh my God. That's
I
crazy.
know,
You
and it's
sell those for like hundreds of dollars.
hundreds of dollars, and the membership is $99 a month for 12
Oh my
months.
gosh. You guys need to go run and get in that and get the founders rate because I know like
Yes.
That's going to be increasing at some
It
point.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
We're
oh yeah.
probably gonna
She's
do
not
that
keeping
until
that for
October 1st.
$99.
Yeah.
That's a lot of value for $99. Holy cow. To
Yeah,
be have access to a lawyer where you can be like, hey,
I know, and I love answering these voice notes, so
amazing. Yeah, I do too. I love Voxer. I have
yes.
your Telegram. I'm on Voxer where my clients have access to me in Voxer. It's so fun because and
No,
it's easy. Like you don't have to try to figure out, getting the all the words. I'm like, you know what? Let me just talk.
love just
Let
talking.
me just talk. It's so much
Yeah,
more efficient. Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else that you want to share with our newbies or even, people that have been in business for a while? I mean, I think that even though, and I see this all the time, and I'm sure you do too, you could be already making six figures or multiple six figures and still not have these, foundational pieces in your business.
Yeah, I mean, I like to stress the, like, no shame aspect, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's like, people come to me when they're just starting, people come to me when they're making $10 million a year, like, there's really a big, you know, range of
Mm-hmm.
our clients.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's never too late, and we try to make it as, like, easy and accessible as
Mm-hmm.
possible. It doesn't have to be this, like, scary thing that's,
Mm-hmm.
like, only for big businesses. Like, this is something you should be doing when you start out because it impacts
Yes.
your business, and you can really avoid a lot of expensive mistakes by getting ahead of it, and it's just something that makes you a better business owner.
Yeah, thank you for saying that because I think that's really important, right? I think on both sides, either people can think, oh, I don't need that yet because I don't, I'm not making $1 million, or I'm not making six figures, or I'm not making whatever it is. And you definitely want to get these foundations dialed in. Like this is an important part of running a profitable and a successful business.
Totally.
Yeah, amazing. Berkeley, thank you so much. I am so glad to have you. Everybody, go grab the links. Definitely connect with Berkeley on Instagram. Say hello. Let her know that you found her from Soulful Abundance with Chris Williams. And come say hello to me too. I would love to know. Like, comment either in the comments, send me a message. Let us know what was impactful for you. And let us know if you have any questions too, because we would love to bring more of our amazing women experts onto our show to share how you can build an amazing business without trading your soul or your integrity for success. So, Berkeley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.